Hi guys, welcome back to episode 10, the Den Unracked. I'm Watty Watt with my always awesome guest host, Dylan Armbrust, and our amazing producer, Brandon Young. Our special guest, Jacob Ramos, one of the most sought after coaches out there, has many athletes. Rose, the UFC champ, Gertz, is he a UFC guy?
He actually is fighting for Game Bread. A tournament for Game Bread.
And many athletes. We're going to dive into him later in the show. Let's get into it, Dylan. We just had a huge legendary show. It just happened. The USA Bodybuilding Championship, which usually when we used to compete and go, it was 100 people. But this thing rose to over 1,000 participants and now has kind of replicated. I think our numbers are about half of that. What do you think about that? Where's your mindset with what's coming up?
I mean, if I was running the show, I had 500 athletes, I'd still call it a good show, but no, I'm
Sure.
just kidding. But still, it's good, but, the numbers are down, so it's a little concerning, and probably need to figure out why that is and address it.
Sure.
Try to get the sport back to where it was.
I do think, and we've talked about in past shows, and I don't know if this is in your industry, Jake, but the numbers as amateurs are dwindling because everybody's famous. Everybody's at the next level. Does that happen in your
It most
industry?
definitely does.
Really?
And I have a feeling, because everybody wants a sponsor, everybody wants to make a little money, of course. Yeah. And I mean, it's really, I hate to say it, come down to that social media thing.
Sure.
You want to have followers, you want to have this.
So it does affect, social media has affected you guys too.
It absolutely has.
Do you think with these past champions, Phil Heath, Matt Duvall, Fakri Mabuk, Rachel, even your ex, Heather Armbrust, famously top 2 that you coached in the world. She was at the Olympia. Do you think these names matter to people, or do you think they're just seeing it as a ticket to get to the, like he said, the sponsorships and the big show?
Yeah, it's a little crazy. I mean, back in the day, you kind of knew that all the front runners, you knew 10 people that were going into the USA. I don't know if it's like that with the fighting, but you knew who the good ones were because they've been sitting there trying for 3 to 7 years previous, so they'd come back.
Bob Ciccarello was 16 years.
Yes. So, that's a good question. I just don't know.
Okay, so with the champions, and we just had a local guy turn pro. It just did the Mile High. What was it, Brandon?
Wesley, and I know he won. I think he won. He was welterweight.
Yeah, congratulations, Wesley. We had a few other people out there. It's always a tough show. And actually, the Colorado State winner, which was from Arizona, that won our men's physique, he went pro out there right after. So we had some good local success at the USAs at the next level. Yep. I think that we are still got a good core group. It's probably in grappling the same thing and fighting. Do you think Colorado still produces that tough core group, but our numbers are different?
It absolutely does. I mean, altitude, they love it. Colorado's always been a mecca for any type of sport, really. If you wanted to come get the good training, 100%. You came to Colorado. From bodybuilding to football to MMA.
That's why our Olympic Training Center is down there.
Exactly right. So you came here to get that training.
Yeah. Do you find that like a lot of the athletes that are fighting are leaving Colorado for other states, or do you still see them coming into Colorado?
Oh, I definitely still see them coming in.
Coming in.
Because when they come in, they definitely, there's a few gyms that they hit out here in Colorado, of course.
Well, I think it's because of the weed. Yeah.
There's definitely incentive.
Fighters in the weed?
Or they do that things, those little things that grow in the horse poop. Shrooms. I think that's decriminalized. So I don't know if that helps the fighters or hurts them.
I've heard mixed feelings on that one. So.
With that being said, Dylan, you have a big show that how many years you've been throwing? It's called the Armbrust Cup, right?
No, it's called the Colorado Cup. Colorado Cup. This is our 10th year.
Wow.
10 years this year. So it's a good show. I think we'll end up with probably right around 100, maybe 110 athletes.
Okay.
I guess. But
now what does that mean? You guys give me numbers, and there's these things you call crossover. So what does that mean, and what does that interpret to the people out there?
Okay, so solid numbers are actual bodies in the show.
Okay.
So let's say you got 100 bodies that show up to the show. You might have like 50 of those guys and gals that are doing maybe 2 or 3 classes.
Okay, so beginner classes or what?
If you got a person doing like 3 classes, that's going to count as a count of 3. A count of
entries.
3.
Okay.
Yeah, 3 entries.
Okay.
So it's each class they do is an entry, and it's so you'll be like, it sounds a little funny. I got 100 hard, and I got 220 with crossovers.
Okay.
And that's how it usually goes.
Okay. So with that, do you guys, and I don't know if this happens in grappling too when you're throwing events, is there a certain number that you got to order trophies and all these things that people don't know? There's a cost behind the cost that you guys account for.
We always we order the amount of trophies we need, top 5 for every class.
Okay.
Sometimes the classes don't show up. Maybe not all the athletes show up, so we always have extra awards.
Okay.
Always.
Yeah, you always got to have that. I mean, in order to have that good show and, people want to take something home with them, you got to have that. You got to have those trophies. You got to have
I see the
that.
booths there at these things, like the grappling events and the bodybuilding events. What are these guys? Are they just people that want to be a part of it?
We call them like booth sponsors, so they're sponsors that pay anywhere from $500 to $3,000 to sponsor the show, depending on how much of a sponsor they want to be. And then we offer them, depending on what sponsorship package they bought, booth space to advertise their products or sell their products in the lobby at the show all day.
Okay, cool, great. Same thing in the air. Yours?
In the MMA world, same way. I mean, well,
Does
I
it
haven't
cross over? Does I don't know, like what is the one that's out in England? My Protein. Would they be at a grappling and at a bodybuilding?
I'm sure you see a lot of.
I would see that because, with us being in the new location already, I've seen a lot of walk-ins coming in from Armbrust wanting to do their thing,
A good point. So Jay is now there's a big history and we're going to dive into it, but he is now Dylan's neighbor and their businesses, right?
Yeah. So we're doing a lot of, what do you call it? Just
camaraderie, love,
back and forth
Cross-marketing.
business. It's cross promoting, and it's great. We got a bunch of members going down there to learn how to fight.
I was trying to get that spot in between you guys to do Asian massage.
Yeah. Well, what's nice? These guys get they get heated in the gym. I go take it down to the neck. Take it down.
Yeah, that's good. And then they could come into the Asian massage and we can make them smile.
I remember you were pretty excited, hoping Shotgun Willie's was going to move in there.
Dude, I'm always for a strip club being anywhere. Like I'm a big promotion of adult entertainment because it relieves my stress of life. Probably not him or him because they're married. But they can get
it gives me
PG.
anxiety.
Yeah. It's just trouble. That's all it is, man.
Okay, so with that, when's the cutoff? When do you sign up for yours?
The cutoff for the show is next Wednesday, the Wednesday before the show. But you can come to check-ins Friday night and enter at the check-ins if you weren't able to enter online in time before the website shut down. Usually around 6:00.
And guys,
Wednesday.
I tell everybody, even if you're doing another show, use these shows as a kicking point for getting better. So you can kind of try out things, do this. Even if you're like, oh, I'm going to do this show at North Americans, stop in, do the show. Because there's never enough experience you can get. Same with grappling.
Yes.
Do these things. Not just grappling. He does kickboxing. Does a wild plethora of different disciplines. Do these things because it just makes you sharper.
Absolutely.
Unless you're in there and trying to get a title shot, don't do something that might take it away from that. Let's dive into it. We have this special guest. I'm excited about this. We had one of his students, a world champ here a few weeks ago, Chris Camozzi, and you have such awesome roster of people. Jacob Ramos, tell us about you with Genesee Fight Academy. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, you heard my name, Jacob Ramos. I'm the owner of Genesis Training Academy. We definitely have a humongous fight team there. I work with a lot of the top level athletes, anywhere from, kickboxing to bare knuckle to King of the Streets, which is absolutely crazy. But, and we also work with the hobbyists.
Is this King of the Streets new, or what is this?
It's actually a Swedish promotion, and it is everything goes. And what's crazy is it's pretty much ran by the mafia.
Awesome.
And everybody in the crowd has got their face covered. You can only see their eyes, and you go in there and just hope you don't die. It's kind of like that, which is absolutely nuts.
But like, tell me this. Okay, so do they have the no bite ruled in, and then the no fish cook, right?
Nope. You can kick
Bite?
in the nuts. You can bite. You can fish hook.
Shit.
You can headbutt. You can do whatever
Because that's when I
you
started.
want.
When you could headbutt from prone, I lost my eye.
Yeah.
You couldn't fish hook and couldn't bite. Those are only two. But I think that's what we were wanting to see what the discipline that would be. Outlast everybody.
You bite everything.
Now, Jake, is it hard for you to get into some states or cities and promote that type of fight? Because I know politically
It most
could be a little
definitely
rough.
is.
Yeah.
And that's another thing I love about Colorado is Colorado's always the first for everything.
First
We were
for-
the first at UFC.
First for MMA.
Yeah, those
We had
first-
MMA.
Yep.
That's
Yeah,
not always a
UFC.
good thing.
Exactly.
No, first for weed.
Yeah,
first for shrooms.
KFC. We're the first for everything.
First for gay
So-
marriage for Dylan. Just kidding, Aunt Karen. When he's married, I'm just kidding.
That's
I knew
hilarious.
that. I knew it was
Not there's
coming.
nothing against that.
Yeah.
You know,
your
but-
choice.
Your choice, Dylan. We don't care.
It's my choice, Watty.
So listen, right now, and when I started out in wrestling, obviously wrestled college and all the way up to the trials, and I did the fighting for many years. I feel like you guys are at the pinnacle of popularity worldwide. Like in the 1970s and 80s, you had Rick Rufus, you had all these guys coming up, and now I think grappling's there with what were we talking about? The guy, it's number one,
Gordon
Ramsay. You have Mike Mucci. You have all this. Then you have the UFC. Obviously, it's been there for a while, but now you have this thing that you just. Where is it going, and where do we need to watch? Where do we need to watch?
It's definitely going everywhere because, even when I was out in Italy with Chris, we went and when we were in Florence, we went and watched the what are they, Cachico Historico, and it's that ancient way of, it's an ancient sport, but it's a straight up street brawl is what it is.
Okay.
And I mean, when we went there and we watched these guys train, it was freaking crazy. It was like these guys are teammates and they're spearing each other from behind. You know what I'm saying? So, just keeping, working with Chris and things like that and seeing these ancient sports and how it's progressed is just crazy and how long it's been around.
Now, do you think it's because, and we've talked about this, like, someone wins a Super Bowl back in 1985, we talk about for a year. But now it's like we have to get more extreme to be stimulated. Is that why such extreme sports are coming?
Yes, I think so. And, you definitely want to watch it because like we were just talking about with the King of the Streets, I tell you can lose your life. You can lose your life very easily,
right there,
and and I mean you're on concrete.
Is it women too?
Oh yeah. And let me tell you, the woman fight that was after my guy's fight was probably one of the most vicious fights I've ever seen in my life. This girl had 5 chunks bitten out of her. 5 huge chunks bitten out of her body that were just spitting in the center.
And they're fighting on concrete like this.
The thing is, the funny thing is,
just barriers.
The funny thing is, there's no waiver because the mafia runs it. It's just like, what are you going to do?
You just end up in the river somewhere.
He's almost dead. Take him out back. Finish him off.
But you know what they're doing? It's a great feeder. I'm going to watch what I say, but it's a great feeder program for collection and muscle for them.
Man,
like
no doubt.
You can get a job after those kind of fights.
Absolutely right.
Okay, so going into it, you want to give a little history because I think I knew you guys from back in the day. Mm-hmm. I started out before Grudge was next door to Dylan, then you were a part of that. Then I heard about you, Genesis. I heard about you years ago, and then I think there was Tony Baselli was part of Rose, but then he went all to you.
Yep.
And so what was that history of doing that?
So when we were next to Armbrust, and this is, I think we're going on just about 18 years now.
Okay.
So it's been like a full 18-year circle.
Crazy.
But it was called Grudge back then.
Right.
And, Trevor Whitman was the one that owned that one back then.
Okay.
But, I was in there. I was one of his head trainers as well. So I was working with all these guys and, gyms, they're rough. They're tough. They take a toll on you, and sometimes they don't always work out. So Grudge ended up doing what it did. It kind of went out of business, and I took over. I took over from there, and kind of revamped it. Renamed it, and kind of had to rebuild what that fight team was at one time, and it's finally right back to that.
You said a good point. Like gyms fail, and there's a rise run. But I think what that people need to know, and we talked about this. There's pros, right? We all want to be Justin Gaethje, and we all want to be Phil Heath, but it's everybody down below that makes the community and makes a life, And so is it the same way where the 5-year-old to the 55-year-old makes that class? We have that,
Absolutely.
They're just as important in that community. Just same with you.
100%.
Just as important. They both really kind of work off each other because, everybody wants to train where the fighters are at. So they hear that the fighters are here, that brings in the people.
And so when you guys do this, and like this is for you guys that want to go, bodybuilders, I'm telling you, get out there, do other things. Now, obviously, if you're Phil, you probably shouldn't do a 4-hour practice, but learn how to use your body athletically. Yeah. What do you suggest that people do, or what classes they do when they're scared or when they want to come in and try?
I actually just kind of let them figure it out because we'll always let them try every class for free.
Okay.
Because, sometimes I could be thinking I'm going to push some of this guy maybe towards boxing, and he ends up loving jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
And I might push this guy towards kickboxing, but he actually really loves boxing.
Okay.
So it's really kind of just, judging the person a little bit and then letting them try out to see what they want. But, you have to have those. I love my fighters. Don't get me wrong, but they're not the ones that keep my gym open.
Okay.
But then they bring the people.
People were asking me today, I just got to ask you, guys, you think you can go up there and just hit the bag and no part of it? Like, is there an open part where people just go in and do? Is it like obviously Armbrust? You can go in and you don't have to have a personal trainer. You can just go lift. Is that the same way of fighting?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. That's
Okay.
what's nice about our gym is we never force any type of fighting at all.
So you can just go in there and
Hit the
do your
band,
own thing.
stretch,
That's,
you know?
that's actually really
Okay,
good.
cool.
Work the maces a little bit, you know. That's
And I can
you know,
already tell he's a good coach because it's like, we've coached athletes forever, and he's like, I let them come in and I find their strengths before I tell them what to do.
For sure.
Absolutely.
That's
For
what
sure.
a true coach would do.
For sure. So doing that, like you do have Rose and you do have some like Chris. How do you determine? Because these guys are such great athletes and a pinnacle where they're going to go or what they need to do. Do you just kind of just do all of it?
No, I mean, I definitely have to do all of it, but I have to do all of it always at their own separate times for each separate individual.
Because they have their own speed.
They have their own speed, the own way they learn, or the own way they learn, and then also they have their own opponent they're about to fight.
Sure.
Nobody's opponents are ever the same.
Sure.
And that's one thing I feel like I've really evolved myself in is coaching none of my fighters the same. Like we have our curriculum, don't get me wrong, are certain things we do, but they have to train a certain way every time.
Now, you've obviously been, how long have you been doing this? 'Cause
33 years.
I was going to say, because for you to be able to know the opponent and then know your fighter, you have to have knowledge of knowing how your opponent fights, how your fighter fights, and know the strengths you need to work on to go
Absolutely
in there. So,
right.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely
right.
That makes total
Yeah,
sense.
because you have to have a good knowledge of where
have good
that
knowledge.
guy that's going to overcome like a
Otherwise
chess
you're gonna
match.
send your guy into the meat grinder.
I always say boxing. Boxing, I'm a boxing fan. I used to go 20th gym.
Yes.
I believe it was a chess match, and people just think it's a brawl. It's such a chess match. But I do believe from the time I used to do mixed martial arts to now, it has jumped such quantum leaps that I can't even imagine. These kids do it. How much has it changed and evolved?
I mean, it's constantly changing and evolving. And, just even on the fitness side of it, that's really where I feel it's changed and evolved the most.
Yeah,
is the way they lift,
Okay.
the way they hit their endurance
Taking it more
stuff.
seriously.
Yeah, their explosive stuff. Like, that's been the biggest evolution. Because, when you were fighting, there wasn't a whole lot of conditioning around. You just hope you lasted longer.
Yeah, it was attrition. 30-minute rounds.
That's right. Just get some sleep the night before.
15 minutes, 30 minutes rounds. I mean, you were in a bar with smoking and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
I was talking to Chris in the gym because he's over working out at Armbrust now, with some weights, and he told me, he goes, these kids now, he says they're so good at every single aspect of the sport. He says the sport is really
well, they come up learning it now.
Yes,
That's
what he was
they've
saying.
seen it since they could learn it.
Do you encourage, and these two parts, I got a two-part question for you, Jake. Do you encourage everybody to get a nutritionist, learn how to eat? Because you guys got diet cuts and like obviously muscle retention. So is that a big thing in your combative sports? And do you encourage kids to get involved?
Yes, there's definitely the encouragement of nutrition on the fighters. It has to.
Okay.
Because, I mean, you guys have all eaten at Wendy's or whatever, and you know how you feel the next day.
Yeah.
That workout sucks. You know what I'm saying? You just don't feel right. So you definitely got to have that nutrition part because these guys are always hungry. They're always needing food. And, just the accessibility of fast food is just too much nowadays. So that nutrition is definitely very important. And, I don't know if that question was asking, do I give nutrition to the kids or do I
So the
encourage
two-part question was the two-part question, and that could be, you can actually answer that. But the question was like, because I've seen, especially when you don't know, like when you come from a person of non-means, they don't know, they just eat. Like I did a lot of football players and a lot of guys I train, and they eat like junk, and then they just don't know better.
Yeah, that's right.
And then so they're trying to get to an elite level, to a college level, and you're like, dude, you're treating your body like crap.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I mean, really, I just feel that's kind of designed to do that out there, and we have to watch that.
Right.
We have to have strong discipline when it comes to like, damn, that French fries smell good.
Yeah.
But I need to go home and eat that salad correctly.
But I think, I don't know about you, but I see a lot of people that, like you said, Watty, say they don't even realize they're eating bad.
That's
and
right.
Then you try to give them a clean diet, and they struggle with
For
it.
sure.
That.
I mean, and it's very hard to break that diet. I bet it's
Really is.
harder than them quitting drugs.
Well, it's like weird
Everything,
because
man.
when you're a college kid, when you're young, you get away with a lot.
Yeah.
Like you go to college and you'll go just eat at the cafeteria downstairs, and it doesn't really affect you. Why? Because you're young and youthful.
Well, it's affecting now. These kids are fat little fuckers nowadays.
That's it. Yeah,
No
and
doubt.
that
And there's no
leads into
energy
the
in
next
any of them.
question of why I want Genesis. When you're out there, when your parents are listening to this, and everybody I was asking, should 5-year-olds, like I started wrestling when I was 4. when should they start? And do you like that? Do you want them at 10 years old? Do you want them boxing and learning these like skill sets? Maybe not getting hit as much. I don't know.
Yeah.
But what do you encourage for these?
I
classes
definitely
and stuff?
encourage some type of martial arts.
Okay.
Some type of martial arts, plain and simply for the structure and the respect.
Okay.
And, you know, there's one extra thing that comes along with all that structure is your confidence.
Okay.
So really, it kind of doesn't, as long as they're in something and that structure is there and they have that confidence, then, you know, that's really what it's about by getting those kids in there. Because structure and confidence, you know how far that takes you in life.
And you
So-
know, like I noticed like this, I've heard this, like if a kid's going for a class, the dad could go to the class or the mom could go to the class. Do you
We
guys
have
provide that?
Absolutely
Yes.
right.
Okay.
Yep.
So that's
we have
great.
the kids class that goes on during
That's
each.
cool.
One day it's during kickboxing and one day it's during boxing, so they get their choice.
We get a lot of that coming in the gym. Fathers,
Yes.
sons, mothers,
Absolutely.
daughters.
That's
You
what I was saying.
And I absolutely
It's really
love
good.
it.
I think the family community thing does help out, you know, because
Yeah.
it bonds these. A lot of times, you know, like I don't know the kids now. I don't have kids, but I think we kind of drift away because there's no commonness. But if we can find something and share a common, we kind of bond still.
Yeah,
You know,
that's right. It shows that there is camaraderie, there is family, there is a lot of love in this crazy sports that we do.
100%.
You know, a lot of times we get judged.
Sure.
As I'm sure it's with you guys too. You get judged,
Dude,
because
he judged me all the time when I was growing up. He's a bully, dude.
did
If I
come
could
in-
have
he
had
did
you
come
there,
in looking at
I
me
could have had
too.
you there. I would have black-eyed his old face. He bossed me around, dude. You know?
I was just instructing. I was inserting discipline.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Dylan beat my ass all the time.
Broke that confidence, man.
Yeah, he broke that. Now he made me fiery.
That's right.
Now he's just a fiery little Asian.
Yeah, now he's just fiery. I'm the craziest Asian out there just because of that
That's
shit.
true. I
So-
think to what you're saying, like the rise of kids programs, the level of skill for young people now.
Oh, man.
So I shot the PGF qualifier this weekend.
Okay.
And for those that don't know what PGF is, like you apply to get in a team, and then it's basically like a team
Is it golf?
competition. No, it's fighting. It's
Oh.
MMA. Well, it's jujitsu.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
So like in Colorado, there's the Wolverines, and that's the Colorado team, and then they will go against other teams.
How
But
old?
These are all, I think, 18 and up that
Okay,
you're seeing
cool.
these
Really?
kids.
Okay.
But the skill level of these kids, I mean, there was a 7-second submission in this. These are all,
That's crazy.
and they're all competing to get on the team, and then they go compete for, I think it's $300,000. But you're seeing
That's awesome.
18, 19-year-olds that are so skilled in jujitsu that it's
Absolute
wild.
studs.
Jeremy Winnie, one of my clients, he's obvious men's physique Olympia. His niece is 10. She just went to Vegas for nationals for grappling. So they had all these 10-year-old daughters out there like all over the country. I'm like, this is this big.
Yeah.
Grappling is this big.
It absolutely is.
At the last CJJC too, I know there was a Genesis guy there, one of Gertz's clients, and I don't remember his name.
Yeah.
Young
Probably Therius.
And yeah, that kid's confidence.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't win the fight. He fought against another kid who was really good. Who was a kid.
Is this a grappling ones?
MMA? It was jujitsu.
Yeah, and
but
Therius really a wrestler.
his yes, and you're seeing these young guys that not only have jujitsu, but they have wrestling. And
Yes.
they're terrifying. I don't want to roll with those kids.
Let me tell you
'cause they-
something. There's nothing worse than somebody that can hold you and then take your head off.
their ability to scramble while you're rolling.
Do you think
exactly.
This
One
would be a
man
good
can hold you
thing?
down, two can rape you.
Hey, let me tell you something.
say about that?
Yeah.
If one man can hold you down, that man's raping you.
You know what, though? You know what? I always say that. You know what I say that? You can't rape the willing.
I guess that's how you avoid that.
I just, you know.
Yeah, you can't
My
rape.
number 1-800. No, I'm just kidding. So, you know, like something I was just thinking about is this a good thing? Maybe we have these 3 divisions that I think they're more athletic than most. Is bikini, fit model, and men's physique. Do you think that would be good, you guys, for these guys to do that kind of? You know, it's a little different cardio. It's a little different movement of your body, kinetically and stuff. Do you think that would be? Dylan and Jake, what do you think?
I don't know. I think like I just know from myself trying to like train after I was done bodybuilding and like when
Maybe
you have a lot
off-season.
when you have a lot of muscle, you conk out fast.
Well, no, what I'm saying was like the bikini, like the 120 pounders, not the 200-pound bodybuilders.
You mean the bikini girl going between?
Like to try to learn a little bit of grappling.
I think it'd be good for self-defense.
Yeah.
But you know, she might not. She might have like a black eye come to
Sure. Well, yeah, I mean that's true. What do you think?
Well,
do you think
know
it's
what? I mean, she comes back with that black eye if she's in the wrong gym.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Sure.
She should
Hey,
never,
there you go.
ever,
She wasn't
ever
down
get
at
that.
Genesis.
That's right.
Okay, you know what? I was going to say that. You know, I used to do these sports, and I would never like to go with beginners because the beginners are the ones that can't control their body and they hurt you. And they don't mean they hurt you; they just hurt you.
Yeah, they just
They're
don't
just
know.
kind of reckless. Yeah, I do believe that. Yeah, I was just wondering because I always think cross training is great for anything. I was a cross trainer. I do know that this kid, and we're going to have him on the podcast. So he's going after his OCB card. He's trying to be an MMA pro and a bodybuilding pro. And I mean, Frank McGrath, all these big legends are just giving him shit. You ain't serious. You can't do it. And I'm like, you know what? You can do whatever you want.
You're damn right.
You know, if you want to do
right.
it, do it. Okay,
Yeah.
so one thing I want to talk about is what about, we talk about in our sport, influencers, social media, branding, sponsors. How do you go about doing that? Do you think it's important for one of your, whether it be amateur or pro, and even you or coach, your coaches, is this a big intricate part in your life that you guys should address? And do you tell people, or you want your fighters to get into it because it distracts?
I mean, there's definitely the distraction there, but I mean, nowadays you have to do it. Me personally, I always tell myself I'm going to do it more and more every week, and I never do. I don't do a lot of social media. I don't come from that time. You know, I don't think any of us do.
No.
But as of right now, in order to get your sponsors, in order to maybe have a little bit of money outside of competition and stuff like that, you got to have these certain amount of followers.
So can you get, like, with ours, you can get deals as amateurs and pros, but there are contracts you get into differently as you go through the ranks. Is there different contracts? Because I know with UFC, now with them, you can't have a contract.
You can, but you don't get to wear none of your stuff there.
Yeah.
And I mean, what sponsor wants that?
Right.
You know, they want their stuff seen. So,
Right.
you know, UFC definitely made it real tough for any
Yes.
of these guys to get sponsors.
And then what about the new grappling leagues that they have, like where everybody's showcasing
yeah, fight to win.
fight to win, all that? Do the same kind of.
Yeah, no, and I know I think they allow the sponsors. I don't do much with the fight to win.
Do you remember back in the day when it was like you just walk into a gym and you knew when you walked in the right gym, it was just like, you know, you saw the pictures on the wall, you felt the energy in the building,
Grudge.
and you're like,
Yeah.
I know I'm at the right place now, like Grudge or Armbrust.
Armbrust.
Now it's
But
like,
that-
now you got to have this battle in this little box of social media. to try to get
That when
people
you were
to
the
come in your
coach, when
gym.
you were coach, I remember you guys. I'd go over there. Now I never went over to Grudge because I was kind of at the end of it, and I didn't want to be. I was a person that didn't want to be a part of a team like that, like too popular. I wanted to be by myself, and so. But I remember walking in there, and there's that aura because they used to hit way too hard. Like these motherfuckers would hit. like a
Genesis
day
still
before a
has that
fight.
reputation, man.
They hit so fucking hard. You're like, I'm not quite sure if I want to go in there.
I said that to Chris too when Chris was here, because you know when I met you because I was shooting some stuff with Chris, and just watching Chris spar with some of the guys there, and I'd be curious, like, how do you, because he was out there sparring with, you know, Grant, who hits like a fucking
Muhammad,
truck.
Alonzo Minifield.
Yeah, Marcus, and you have Gertz, like
guys that will take your head off.
Yeah.
you
So
know?
how do you, like, when you're getting ready for a
Dedicated.
fight, how hard are you telling? Because the funny thing about Grant too is he's talking shit the whole time he's hitting people. So.
He absolutely little son of a bitch. Yeah. But you know what? I let them go. But there is a certain part where if I start to see my guy get stunned, or you know there is risk of injury where these guys are now the teeth are out,
Yeah.
you know, type of
Yeah,
thing,
sure.
where I need to set it back.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing worse than being 2 weeks out from your fight, you're getting good rounds, and now you're hurt and you don't get to fight.
Oh, one thing I want to ask, that I tried to ask Chris, but I don't think was when you train for like a 16-ounce glove, 12-ounce glove, 10-ounce glove, then you go to MMA, you got a grabbing glove, then you go to bare knuckle, and then you go to this thing in Switzerland or over there.
Yeah,
how do you change and how do you prepare for those different gloves or different?
Well,
things?
I mean, you got to let them train in how they are going to compete. You got to
Okay.
know if they're going to train, if they're going to compete bare knuckle, they need to learn how to hit bare knuckle, because there's certain gloves that hold your hands and your knuckles certain ways to where you will not hit correctly. You punch a skull like that, you're breaking all your fingers.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Well, in the UFC, they give you the new glove when you come, so you
Yeah.
can't even close it.
Yeah, you can, but it, you know, like I say, you can still open your finger, but there's so much stuff in your palm that it makes it definitely hard to close.
So when you go to, like, Kamosi went from grappling or UFC to bare knuckle. Was there a way you changed the way his technique was?
Yep.
Because you can't get hit as probably as
Because
many
when he went bare knuckle, that was the first for me for bare knuckle.
Oh.
So that was my first venture into that as well. And what was crazy is that night when he fought, I had 7 other fighters fight that night, all on that same card.
Yep.
So
Holy shit.
never had done bare knuckle in my life, and I had 7 guys on BKFC. Like I was pretty much the entire card.
And,
you know?
and so do you train? Okay, so after you watch it,
Definitely
and like
have to train
we've
technique.
both all been in street fights, and so I know like I don't want to get cracked as many times
Yeah.
as you would maybe in certain. Not that a little grabbing glove's gonna help. But was there something that you're like, okay, when I go back, I'm gonna change the way I do everybody, or do you still have to adjust to just technique?
My evolution to punching when it came to bare knuckle was huge. We always had a great knockout rate in the gym. The knockout rate has tripled since then.
Okay.
Since changing the technique. And it's nothing crazy. But since
or is it the way you hold your fist?
It's the way you hold your fist. Yep. And, a lot of people are taught to hold certain things straight when that's really not straight.
Okay.
It's the other side of it that's straight. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So
how do you train someone when they bite you?
like a bite back, bro.
I was like, because thinking about these things and thinking about all the places you've been, like Dylan said, you have to be a really observant coach, because I'm thinking of what I used to know, and now you got 20 other layers of different fighters that you have to go, okay, wait, we're going bare knuckle. Mm-hmm. We're in Japan, they like to do this. Mm-hmm. We're in Russia, they like to do this. Mm-hmm. Like, all this stuff you have to calculate.
Yes. You have to prep for it all. That's why I said I don't train any of my guys the same. You just can't. And there's a lot of gyms out there, they have one style, and they're not hard to train for.
No, that's true. What was the guy that used to be
sounds like the
Chuck
trainers in bodybuilding.
Yeah, no,
one cookie cutter diet.
No, yeah. Oh, yeah. Is there cookie cutter trainers out there?
Oh, they're everywhere. Yeah, they're everywhere.
And when you train, like this for the viewers, when you train someone, do you put like, I use an app and I write all the diet out. Do you guys like write a protocol like this is what we're going to do, and this is what I want you to do for 10 minutes, and again try to is that what goes into that?
There's definitely a lot that goes into that, but with what I have is I have a book for all of my guys.
Okay.
I keep notes and because that's the only way I keep it straight. Okay. Because like I said, I have a certain style that needs to be done here. He needs to be doing this now. I need to add this to this guy because the opponent we have coming up. So I do have to keep it all written down and making sure that these guys are getting everything that they need, whether it be the country we're living or going to, the person we're fighting, the judges we're fighting against.
Oh.
All that type of stuff. We need to know that because it brings certain things.
Yeah, we fight against Dylan's a judge, and I fight against him all the time. All the time.
Pretty judgmental, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I'm a judge for that. I am a judgmental motherfucker.
Yeah,
your client sucks.
He is. He's on that, and he's a red. And I'm a liberal blue, and he's a red.
Oh, whatever. Yeah, he is a liberal blue.
Yeah. Gay marriage. Like I said, can't rape the willing. Okay, so going in that, talk a little bit about how you keep work-life balance, because you're a gym owner. You said that your wife's the boss, the partner.
Absolutely.
But you went through your own. I watched you had your own career. How do you keep that in line where you're trying to finish your goal, but you also got to be a husband, and you got to do the deal, and you got to run a business? How do you keep that in balance? What's the biggest thing?
Really, honestly, I don't even know how I keep it all in balance. Besides, I give it all attention. Okay, does that make sense?
Yes,
I try to give it every bit of it gets its attention.
Because I have a female business partner, so my wife, but it works great because she knows I'm out on the floor, making sure the machines run good, making sure the clientele's good, making sure the energy's there, the vibes there, the right equipment, and she handles all the shit, like the finances,
yes,
the money that comes in, the money that comes out, the bills, we just had to put a new air conditioner on. That wasn't funny, but she takes care of like the building and the business and all the numbers.
So there's a balance.
So it works out great. So I imagine your wife kind of has your back on all those
She
things.
absolutely does. And you guys have been in there.
Yeah.
You guys seen that my gym has plants in it.
Yes.
So she brings this different type of vibe to where
Did
it's
you
not
see
all
plants.
Oh yeah, my wife, she's all about that
Those are
botany.
plants.
So
Thanks a lot.
That's oxygen.
Now I gotta get
We're missing out the oxygen.
I have fake plants.
but she's probably I bet she's got 50 plants in there.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's
that's great.
just
You know what though? That cleans
That might
the
be
air.
a girl
It
thing.
really
It's
does.
like my
People
ex-wife now has like 100 plants.
you'd be
I'm like,
amazed
what
how
is
many
this
of the
plant?
fighters are into the plants, man.
Well, they feel,
including
plants
myself.
feel.
Me,
Plants
I'm a
feel.
coral guy, so
Are you?
I grow and produce corals.
Oh
Man.
wow, that's cool.
So that's
cool.
Got to
I got
have
some
something
plants
outside of
upstairs.
fighting.
I got a pretty green
Yeah,
thumb. I got
that's
some
bud.
big-
That's weed, dude.
No, I'm
that
saying
don't count.
upstairs. You've seen my plants. They're good.
Dude,
They're
I've
good
seen
sized
weed and I
palm.
saw bong.
I don't care what type of plant, as long as it's green.
Wait, what? Are we talking about that plant? We're not talking about flower.
Oh God, what? Jesus Christ.
Is that what you're talking about? I don't know. I can't see you right now.
There's all type of plants.
It's true with your wife, because you go in the gym, her like calming influence on everybody.
Yes.
Like she is the nicest,
And
friendliest.
He's like that.
like-
He's all like,
But you know
that
what else
healing
too?
stuff.
You
But
go
she
to the
works
gym, it
with a
doesn't
lot
matter
of-
how big you are. If you know a girl's in charge, you ain't fucking with
You're
her.
damn
Yeah,
right.
100%.
You're not right.
Damn right.
Yeah,
I
because
was
I
like,
don't.
Mom, I get mad.
No,
I
yeah,
don't.
no.
party's over.
Hey, how many times have I gotten in a fight? So I fight a lot of people in the gym. Unfortunately, Dylan tells me don't fight in the gym. Take them outside. So I'll be like, okay, listen, I'm going to take your ass outside. But I always listen to Andrew like, Watty, and she'll yell at me. I'm like,
You
what,
hear it
dude?
just like
I'm
that, yeah.
She's like, she's gonna grab my ear and be like,
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
I'm like, yeah, that happens.
There's a few
I
times
think-
she's walked over and said, "Both you motherfuckers, calm down."
and people listen.
And they're not going to say nothing.
No, they're like, all right.
Yep, done. So,
If
wrap.
that
Do
was a
you-
dude, they'd be like, yo, shut the fuck
Yeah,
up. Stand.
like I actually got to separate these guys.
So with bodybuilding, and you've been at the elite coaching and stuff like that, and you going through camps, I guess we call them. Is there a certain thing that you guys try to tell everybody? Give me some peace and some leeway getting through these things because I'm going to be a bit different.
I always say everything starts with the head because the body follows. So I need your 100% up here. And if it ain't there, then it's probably ain't going to work out too well.
That's exactly right. Because I mean, you be as strong as you want. If your mental's not there,
Because
that's
we just had
strength
an
is
MMA
crashing.
guy that was UFC just got arrested. Did you see that in
Yeah,
Highlands?
I did.
It's all their mental. Like, you know, these guys are going through a hard time and then they get challenged with regular life. And then I don't know if they know all the time how to balance that. Do you talk these guys through that and athletes, Dylan?
Yes,
Jake?
this actually kind of goes back to that question you asked me before about social media and getting sponsors and this and that. You guys know as well as I do, as soon as you are done competing doing your bodybuilding, you're done competing doing MMA, your identity's gone. In a snap of a finger, your identity's gone.
That
So
hurts. It
with
hurts.
building your social media, with getting your sponsors, that brings that longevity past that retirement point.
Okay.
So you still have your life past that point. You still are involved in what you did your entire life, and it's not just ripped out from underneath you. And when it is, you see the struggle these guys go through. It's rough.
Yes.
Really?
It's rough.
And me and Dylan have experienced that way too often. There's a depression.
Yeah.
There's identity crisis. There's a financial due diligence that you don't see coming.
I think that's a lot. Like, I found my faith about 5 years ago. It took a long time. But, one of the main courses in the Bible was like, hey, do not stress and do not worry about anything, for it's in God's hands.
100%.
And that hit me close to where I'm like, all I have to do is be the warrior God wants me to be by doing good things, being right by people, and everything else will take it. No matter what you're facing, it's in God's hands. And you just got to be the right person going through it, and you'll get through it.
Can't control the uncontrollables. You can only control yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a huge thing.
Yeah.
With that being said, and that there are some things that you travel around the world, Jake, and you see, and it goes into that with the faith in the thing because there's the drugs involved in both sports. Do you find that and I don't want to call out grappling, but there's some. Mikey Mucci is always calling out grapplers like, yeah, but I'm natural. And if you guys knew what that was like, do you find that a big thing when you travel around that you got to really go over with your fighters? Like, hey, this is a part that you can't do because you're trying to go to UFC. This is a part you might have to do because you're going to Russia to fight.
Yes. And I mean, it's definitely something that we have to deal with.
Do you?
Absolutely right. It's not like that in every country, of course, because when it comes to MMA, it's a sanction.
Okay.
So it's run by a governing body.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So
Yes.
it reaches its fingers out all over the
Okay.
place. But there are those countries that, those fingers don't reach. And it is definitely a big thing.
Okay.
Yeah. And you definitely, you need to be
Do
prepared
you think
for it.
us being, I don't know everybody's age, but I believe that TRT in medicine, all these peptides, all these anabolics are needed. I think it
Yes,
keeps us
absolutely
healthier.
right.
It keeps us longevity. We don't have to age
In a
like
controlled
but
environment,
you can abuse it.
absolutely.
Yes, sure,
100%.
sure.
Right.
So, do you believe that because a 50-year-old fighter, I think they could stay in it longer if they were able to do that?
I think so
Are
as
you
well.
a promoter of that? Are you a promoter of that?
I don't know. I'm 55, and like if somebody did this to my head, it'd probably knock me out just because.
Well, sure, yeah.
You know how you just
Yeah.
you like
Sure.
like I used to feel like I could run through a brick wall back when I was 250 taking all the steroids. I'd be like, yeah, who's next? You know, now I feel like somebody hit me, I'd get hurt pretty bad. I feel vulnerable in my late 50s, so that's why I always carry a gun. But you know,
I do watch. So I watch Dylan's social media, and I watch him. He's pretty quick with that stuff, and I'm always like, yeah, but I would just want to fight with my hands. And now I can't go up to him because he has that side piece. I'm afraid he'd shoot me.
You got to worry about that in Colorado, man.
yes, 100%. And then you got to worry about going to jail the rest of your life just for defending yourself.
Sure, unless that's why you Texas, you touch your car or anything. That's extension of your property. You shoot that.
Make my day.
I think that's how it should be.
Yeah.
That's
So
right.
with that, what are some pitfalls you see? Some haunting things that you see that athletes are making during their career? Would it be, whether it be financial, whether it be trying to take on fighters too much, whether they try to coach while they're fighting because they want to make money?
You know what? I would say all the above, because I mean, I don't want to say they're poisons, but they're definitely distractions, and every single one of them run into each one of those things at a different time. I mean, when it comes to fighting, like, you better be focused. And if you have your focus on, let's say you took this fight just because it's financial, or you took this fight just because you wanted to prove something, or you took this fight because your family wants to see you fight, these fights become different. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it just, like I said, it affects every one of these guys different at different times, and sometimes depending on whatever lifestyle they come from. You know what I'm saying?
What about you, Dylan?
I think that's huge, and I think that's a lot why, you know, that's what's so unique about our gyms being right next to each other, because, you know, you got a long outstanding record of coaching. People know they're going to come learn the right things, that no bullshit. And I think we down at Armbrust have that same, you know, with our coaches and stuff. It's a no bullshit place. It's like, yeah, you can come here. It's a great energy, great camaraderie. But if you're coming here, you're coming here to win.
You're damn right. You're damn right. And I
Sure.
just said that last week, actually, to somebody. Like, this whole building, this whole space in this area is elite.
Yep.
Yeah.
This whole space
Really is.
When it comes to that archery place, it's like top of the line.
I mean, how many world champions?
But you know who
World
owns that,
champions
right?
next
Hey,
door.
you guys know
it
who owns
speaks
that,
for
right?
itself.
What, the archery place?
Yeah.
No.
Tom Klum, who was three-time state champion, Colorado, lost his last one to be a four-timer, went to Wisconsin, became a fifth in the country in wrestling, Division I wrestling.
Tom's a good dude. I've gone over there
And Danny
shot-
Klum, his brother, he's a
I've gone over there
godmother.
and shot bow with him.
Yeah, they're some tough little.
spent an hour
They're
with
tough
me
little
just talking
dudes.
to me, hoping
Yeah,
to
they're
shoot my
tough
bow.
little
He's a good
dudes,
dude.
bro.
They're top
tough
of the
little
line
dudes.
from what I've heard. So
Yeah.
our little section of the street,
Good
we're elite,
section,
man.
good area.
Well,
Yeah,
okay,
that's right.
here's a question, just off. Would you want a bow or would you want a gun?
Gun.
Okay.
Only
What about
'cause I
a knife and a
shoot
gun?
better
What
than
about
I
a
can
knife
shoot
and a
my
gun?
bow. Huh?
Knife and a gun.
Gun.
Knife and a gun.
Gun.
Just because I've heard like that within 10
get too
feet.
close to me with the
if
knife.
you're 10 feet, a good knife guy can get you. That's what I've heard from like, you know, those JSAW guys. They're like, you don't want to be within 10 feet of
You
a guy
know,
with
whatever
a knife.
you choose to use, you got to be good with your practice. You
Yeah.
know, it's not like, oh, I got a gun, I'm good now, or I got a knife. You go out there and you practice, you use that thing.
So I
Yeah,
sent
don't go out
Dylan,
there and pretend.
I got to ask you this question. I send Dylan so much bullshit on thing. I'm that guy that sends you way too much
day
while
on
I'm taking
social
I'm
media.
taking a shitter. I'm on a shitter and I'm just going and sending, and then I stay up till 5 a.m, so I'm still sending. So I
Hey, just remember that. Don't touch Watty's phone because he's on the phone when you shit.
Always on the shitter.
I disinfect it. No, I
A
don't.
long smudge
It
on your
is, bro.
phone, bro.
There's some smudges on that thing.
I always sniff it. No, just
Damn.
well, I sent him this stuff, and I was wanting to know because you guys dudes do self defense, and I have a problem because I'm a great street fighter, as long as it's not like some people. I'm great.
Yeah.
I'm great at wrestling as it's not
No,
some
I've
of the
seen you
guys.
scrap plenty
Yeah.
of times. You're good.
But I now watch weapons be involved, and I'm like watching people, and I'm like, I showed you that one where they're taking the gun away, and then that one. How much is this true? Like even the guy from the Navy SEALs, like I got some SEAL guys on my team that I train with. How much is all this stuff true that you can take the gun away and then that you could stop someone with a knife?
I definitely feel there's some
That can
people
take the
out there
gun away?
that can do that.
Okay.
Because I mean, there's special forces guys out there. I know a
But
few
what
that
about
are
like
just.
the girl coming in the guide? You just say, just give them the purse and don't try to fight the gun.
I mean, avoid the situation.
Yeah,
you
sure.
see the guy, just walk away.
Save your life.
Exactly.
Save your life.
You save your life. Exactly right. Nothing's worth dying over.
Because I watch some of these videos and I'm like, I don't know if that guy should try that. Like,
Well, you see some of them are fails.
yeah, but when you fail with that knife or gun, I'm like, you fail for the rest of your life, you know?
Yes,
So I
absolutely,
was just
man.
wondering how much of that stuff.
That's why we always chose the gun.
Yeah, but like, and how much do you, when you teach a self-defense thing, what do you try to teach them besides, try to walk away, but if you can't, are you saying punch and run? If they have a gun or knife, what do you try to teach them?
Presence, energy.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
because you always tell a lot of my fighters this. You have the guy that can stand in front of you like this, or you have that guy that stands in front of you like this. There's one that brings different
What,
energy.
didn't Justin Gaethje get someone tried to mug him once with a gun?
Oh, man.
And he beat
that
the
happen?
shit out of him.
I'm not sure if it did or
Oh,
not.
shit.
It's been a while since I've been around
that was
him, but
that was on the news.
I would not doubt it.
This guy tried to carjack him and he beat the shit. I was like,
That's what's the
And
best.
then he
man.
probably got in trouble, honestly. That's just how fucked up this world is now.
well, they
Exactly.
did. Remember, I talked to a detective
Oh,
down in
you're a
Denver.
fighter.
You
Yeah.
should know if you
Stop.
get down in Denver, they said if you ever shoot someone, you kill them because you'll go longer if they're alive to test. They say if you're going to
Damn.
do that self defense, you've got to kill them.
That's crazy.
So like for all
That's
you out
crazy.
there, kill
Finish
them.
the job.
Okay, let's go on this. Like, so let's do a little bit.
Watty, let me ask a quick question because you were talking about coaching athletes. So,
Sure.
how do you coach a guy when it is probably time for them to stop? Because,
Oh.
I think about
retire or just stop.
yeah,
period?
because they've been going too long. Because you
Yeah.
think about stuff like big guys like Tony Ferguson or Ronda Rousey or Chris Weidman who had a big loss and they were never the same again.
Right.
So how do you work with
is
someone
that
that's like
mental? Is that
It's
physical?
definitely mental. And honestly, when it comes down to that retirement time, those are some of the hardest conversations that I've ever had to have in my entire life.
I bet.
Because it's
Oh,
pretty
God.
much telling somebody they're not worthy anymore.
And then it's like,
And it don't matter
it's a
how
coach
nice you
like
are.
him,
Yes.
You know, it's got all this
Well, you
history.
guys probably got due diligence for their safety.
We definitely
Yeah.
do. Because me, I sleep peacefully at night knowing that my guys are safe and I will always have their back. Like, I'm not here to send my guy into the meat grinder at all. You know, it's part of the job, but I'm not here to do that.
Jake, did you ever fight much?
I did. I was a boxer.
How long
Yeah.
did you box?
I fought for about 5 years.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Destroyed my shoulder snowboarding.
Oh,
and
gosh.
I
I
mean,
tell
it's-
everyone never go up there. I tell everyone not to.
I-
So.
Yeah,
damn
shoulders are a
snow.
rough one, man.
Yeah.
It's hard to
and
come
you know
back
what?
from.
I'm not a surgery
He
type
did
of
that.
guy. So
I've done
I
them
never
all.
got it fixed. And,
Yep.
you know, if I throw my arm wrong, it definitely comes out.
Yeah, I bet.
You know,
I bet.
So, like, dude, and I have to be careful because I'm a coach, and sometimes I want to. There's that guy you're riding on, like Jeremy. I'm riding on him. He's great, but you do have a due diligence, like, hey, man, let's not do this. It's not good for us.
Yes, same for
definitely do.
bodybuilding, right? Like
Yes.
the risk of long term running that much gear to stay.
And just your
at the
family,
top,
you
like-
disrupt your life.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
And you know what?
What if-
Sometimes I'll have him bring their entire family in. It's not a
Yeah.
personal conversation that I have
You
with
know
these
what
guys 'cause it's
sucks?
a family
That's actually a good
decision.
idea. That's-
It's a family
It
decision.
sucks because when I was great at sports, I didn't want to listen to that. And my career was ended early, and I didn't want to listen to that. But I think in the back of my head, I knew it was over.
See, I was the opposite.
You knew who to listen to, though, when it came to
was over.
somebody telling you
It was
that.
over.
It wasn't just somebody telling you that. It was the guy that
I had
really knew.
I had a problem always.
I tried to
thinking
talk to
I
you
was
about it.
good.
No, you were
I-
good.
I was good now. I can look back at it, but I didn't think I was good at the time.
Yeah.
I was just never had that.
The one thing because
Kept you
with our
humble, though,
sports,
kept you working hard.
Yeah.
with our sports worse. Your sport could be worse, but you can do our sport till 70, and that is the bad thing about it. But a good thing. We talked about how it was a good thing, but you could be
competitively
pushed
for
too hard.
money, you can really only do it till about 37, 40.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like with you guys, is there a thing that you're like, okay, when you know that you're running your time? Is it a accolade so you get to the pros, or is it you see their speech or something? How do you know?
Oh, I mean, there's the accolades of where they're at in their career. There's their speech, their reaction.
Oh, they're action.
I'm sure you're
recovery
just seeing
time.
them in the gym. You're like,
Absolutely.
it's time.
Oh, you've been hurt. We've sparred 7 times now, and you've gotten 7 injuries.
That's one thing I'm kind of
Oh.
hopeful for with bare knuckle, though, because I think probably long-term head trauma, I think there's probably going to be less. Because when guys are throwing those huge gloves at skulls,
That's
and
right.
skulls
Well,
are
sure,
bouncing.
10-ounce gloves
Well,
can
it
drum
adds
it
more
down.
weight. People don't realize that. It definitely does. It's more weight behind that punch. But you know what? The career in bare knuckle isn't like a career in boxing.
Why?
Isn't like a
What is-
career
why?
in MMA because it's
Yeah.
it's more vicious, I should say. You go through it quicker, so you're not in it as long. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You're not taking headshots for 20 years.
Right.
You're taking headshots for 3.5.
Yeah, I mean, I think the
You know?
trauma, but yeah, I'm just thinking
Absolutely.
less brain
But
damage.
it-
Do
I
you
don't know.
start
There is
kids
a
in
little
that?
less brain damage, but the actual damage to your face
Yeah.
and your hands is unreal.
What do you start kids in that?
No.
So when did you? 18 would probably be the.
Would probably be, but I still to this day have never seen that young of a person in bare knuckle. So I just, bare knuckle. I don't. It has gotten to the point where now they're actually training for it, and it's the first thing they've ever done for their sport. But usually it's that end of the road type shit.
I got a
You know,
question.
so
Do you know that slap league?
yeah.
Do you think that's a terrible idea?
I-
Of getting hit like that?
Yes.
I think it's
Okay.
stupid.
I'm really, you know what? And I hate to say it, I'm sure there's been some serious neck injuries.
Okay.
I'm sure there's been some serious head injuries.
Yeah.
'Cause I was
Because
like,
who
who
in their
would
right
let-
mind is going to stand there and let a 280-pound man
Yeah,
slap
dude,
you
People
I
are
like
getting
that?
knocked out clean. in
Clean.
that, and that's
I mean,
not good.
clean. Yeah.
Yeah, I
not
just
good.
don't think that's good for someone. I don't know. Like you,
But this, you talk about kids, and everybody. Trust me, I love kids, but I think kids got it way too easy nowadays. I think they need to be put into something. I think there needs to be discipline. When we were kids, how many
Has
kids
to
walked
be.
around with broken arms, broken legs? We all fist fought in school. We came home black eyes. Now it's like oh, little Johnny got hurt. It's like these kids need
But
to
I
understand.
say it
what-
was our generation that. Okay, so I always say this for you guys. It was the 1968 to 1984 parents that pussyfied the nation because we got bullied. I got bullied by Dylan. Dylan got bullied by whoever. But then I was like, I don't want people to get bullied. So I was the guy raising on him who said, everybody should get first place. Oh, we shouldn't haze them. And we're the ones that did that shit. And then now this is what we have. Remember that though? Not saying
I
you
never
guys
raised
did
my
that.
kids that
But
way.
like that was our generation
Yeah.
that did that.
Yeah.
No hazing, no this. And then we got the millennial who was that, and then it got a little worse. I do agree with that. We need to bring back hazing, like calling you a fat fuck,
Like you
Not
said,
that
I
you
don't think there's anything wrong with putting your kids in MMA right off the bat because you know what? They're going to learn not only how to fight, but when they should fight.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
When
Just
they-
the
when-
amount of
when's enough's
confidence.
enough.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's right.
right.
They're going to walk home from walking like this to walking like this.
Yeah.
That guy's not going to mess with it.
They're going to probably be
But
more
look at,
polite
don't you
to
think
other
I
people.
take it too far in your gym?
Huh?
I try to beat up everybody. Like this guy grabbed my butt and I just fucking.
That's different, man.
And guess who it was? Dylan.
I was gonna say this is the willing thing, Watty.
No, but it is true. I believe that the children should learn how to fight, when to fight. But the parents and the thing that I'm still aware of, is a little lawsuit, and I get worried about them suing and all this
Well, that
stuff.
comes back into like I'm sure, you're going to teach them how to fight, but you're also going to teach them respect and walk away at all means.
At all means.
That all means?
If
But
somebody's giving
But
you
all
shit
means until there is no more means.
until they lay a hand on you.
Exactly. Until
Yeah, but-
there is no more means.
Ooh, I don't even know about you know how they used to say, "Don't be the one that first punch." I was always the one. I'm going to punch you right away.
I mean, let me tell you,
Because I don't want someone to hit me and hurt me.
Yeah,
different
usually if I
nowadays,
got
man.
punched first,
Yeah,
normally
no,
you're
I
winning.
agree with you. What do you think it is? Should we, in this day and age in Colorado,
Learn how to be aware of the punch. Like he's going to teach them. Pay attention to the guy that's across from you. You're going
Okay.
to know when he's going to come at you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They teach. I'm sure you teach
There's a
all that
certain
stuff.
there's a certain bubble that you
Yes.
know, when they're in it, it's now you better be on point.
Because I mean, when I was, learning all my gun stuff, it was
Oh, yeah.
like they'd say,
How do you know when to pull it?
You keep that thing buried until the very last minute.
you don't pull your gun out?
No, that's brandishing.
What's that mean?
Yeah,
That
you
means
can't
if you just
show it
show
off.
someone your gun, you can get in a lot
I mean,
of trouble.
so they
But if
got to
I'm
be.
showing, I'm shooting them.
yeah, that's
That's
what
the
you
thing,
better.
yeah.
That's how it should be.
Oh, okay.
If you
Okay.
pull it out, you better plan
But
on
you should
pulling the
pull it
trigger.
out, right?
Huh?
So
Like,
you only
'cause I'm
get to
so
do it
scared
if
if
they're
your
on
life
you.
isn't threatened, if you're
no, but
threatened
like
for
I'm
your
scared
life,
of how
yes, pull it
good
out.
you are. So what I'm scared of, because I have guns, right? But I know I don't. You know my eyes and everything. I'm not that fast, so I'm scared that I've seen these guys go. I'm like, shit. I better pull mine out early. Like
Or
when
get
you
fast.
Well, yeah, I get fast, but I'm still like.
If you live
I
in
don't know.
Colorado, it's fucked up, scary out there right now.
Yeah.
Do you carry a gun too? You say.
I don't. I don't.
Oh,
carry
you don't
it.
carry-
No,
He doesn't
I
need to.
No.
No, I know. I know. Hey, you know what I do?
I mean, shit, I'm pretty
you know
tough,
What,
but you know,
what
somebody
I do?
pulling
You know
that
what
gun
I-
on me.
Hey, Jake, see if this. I've wrecked 4 cars in 30 days. I can't see them when I.
Damn.
I drive a vehicle. That's how I fight. I'm like, what? I'll run you over.
Damn, 4 vehicles in 30
I
days.
hit 5 pedestrians, 2 bicyclists, 3 pedestrians.
At least you have an excuse
So
there.
good.
Yeah, if you see his truck going through the parking lot at Genesis,
get the
walk
hell
out.
out the way. Get the hell out the
right.
way.
At least we're on the other side of those
That's
barricades, so that's
blind
good.
Asian Watty, man. He's gonna run
Hey,
somebody
but
over.
I don't even feel bad though, because I was walking up the Armbrust parking lot. I was looking at Phil Heath's sign. Phil Heath won our Mr. Olympia. We got a dedicated spot to him, and it's bent. It's bent.
Because of
Why?
Because I backed into it.
And he has a camera, so I don't even hear it. You,
You
have
know,
a
I
camera.
did that. I was one day. It was like I was backing in. I was at Branch, and he was like talking to me, and I was like looking over at him, and he kind of looks. He goes, "You're about to hit the boom sign."
And he would have yelled at me for days.
No camera telling you what to do.
Camera
Yeah.
tell.
No, I'm not stopping. Okay, so going out, where are you guys located, both of you? What do you suggest? When do you have class? When's the hours of operation for all this?
So we're located 4300 Kipling Street, and it's in Wheatridge, Colorado. We have our hobbyist classes that start at 5 o'clock, and they go from 5 to 8. And then we also have my fight team.
What's
that
a
goes on-
hobbyist? What's
So
a
those are my
hobbyist?
normal classes for like my boxing classes, my kickboxing classes, my jiu-jitsu
And
classes.
can anybody do that?
Yes,
Okay.
anybody can do that. And, you know, we start them. We have our kids' classes that go to age 12. And if you're age 13, you can get right into those classes as well. But we have our classes in the afternoon. And then I also have my fight team during the day from 11 to noon every day.
Okay. And then when you're say like you have aspirations of being whatever dream that a kid, what do you tell them? Just come in and I'll assess you and guide you through that.
Come in, check out the facility, try a couple of classes, get comfortable first, see what you like, and then we go from there. We sit down, we get a little bit
What
of goal
about you,
planning.
Dylan? What do you?
Yeah, we're just 4240. We're just same parking lot, just a little bit, south. Building south is all, but it's all walking distance right there, right next door to each other. We're open from 5 a.m. in the morning to 10 at night. And what I can tell you about Genesis is just sitting here with our guest is he's got a lot of experience. He's got a lot of fighting experience. I can just tell by the way he talks and stuff. So if you're looking to fight or get into MMA, you need somebody with a lot of experience. And,
For sure.
Jake seems to have that. And, I know that from all of us being down at Armbrust. People come see, all the great trainers that have been around for a long time. And I think we just got a really good thing going there on that block because there's a lot of experience with a couple great gyms right next door to each other.
I appreciate that, Dylan.
Yeah.
The exact same thing with you. You guys have a great facility. I've seen how that place has grown over the years.
Yeah.
And I see the level of athletes that come out of there, and it's an absolute pleasure to be next to you.
Yeah, it's going to be good. I think we're going to have some good years
I
coming
think so
ahead.
too, man. I think so too.
So we always wrap this up, Jake, with the
All right.
center win. That just means is it in or out? Don't take
Okay.
offense to it. Like, gay, is it in or out? Well, now it's in. But if you're in Texas, I'd be very mindful of what you said. Okay. So if you guys don't know, there's open guard, closed guard. Closed guard used to be huge. The Gracies used to do it. They close their feet and beat the shit out of your liver. Center win.
Sin.
So it's out.
It's out.
Closed guard. Wow. You guys?
Yeah, I mean, open guard is kind of the way.
Okay.
You're just holding them there.
But to stall?
Well, no, they're holding them there to beat you up.
Okay.
Well, I seen remember Dano? I seen him. That would be a win with Dano because he was on the golf course once and I saw him
That's
having some
different,
dude
bro.
scissoring between his legs, beating the shit out of him on the fucking 15th hole. I'm
Yeah,
like,
if you're crushing
"Jesus,
watermelons,
we gotta
man,
get
you know.
going."
It is so funny where people get into fights, but Daniel got in a fight every time we golf. But I don't blame him. Now that I golf, I'm
I've
like,
almost had a few on the golf course, man.
But you know, right?
Yeah.
Now that you got golf, I'm like, I see why people are pissed off. I suck at this game.
That house has been hit 1,200 times.
I know. And then they come out pissed off. Center win. Okay, so in the combat leagues, you get a belt, white belt, on up to black belt or something red. Or do you think the shirts are no belts? Is there hierarchy? Is that in or out?
It's in. It's a win.
It's a win?
I think it's a win. You got to know where you're at, and you got to have something to always
Absolutely.
work towards.
Absolutely.
Great.
Agreed.
My exact answer right there.
One thing can I ask? I don't know if you that Bird Money Man guy that was out in Vegas. He's a fat, big guy that's rich, and everybody's backing him. He got his black belt in like 2 years.
Oh, I've heard about that guy.
Money,
Really?
Money
I
Bird
haven't
Man.
heard.
Oh,
Yeah,
you never? Oh man.
Yeah,
And so I don't
he
know.
made a ton of money, and he made black belt in jiu-jitsu in like a couple years, which
That's
is not,
impossible.
And that's what we said.
It's impossible.
And BJ Penn
Nothing's
was the only guy.
impossible with money, boys.
BJ,
I guess you could buy 20 years of
That is true.
experience with money.
that is true. I was like, this is crazy. Okay.
You ever seen the ugly guys get those hot chicks? There you go. Money.
That's right.
Hi guys.
see those
Hi
memes.
guys. Watty. No. Okay. Okay. Only train at one facility. Sin or win?
Sin.
Sin. Why is that?
It's MMA. You know what? You need other bodies. You need other styles. You even may need another coach's intelligence to get into this fight that you're about to get in.
That's how you know he's good.
Not everything is in one facility. I'm
Not
sorry.
everybody can answer everything.
Yeah.
Nope. And ones who do, watch out for.
Yeah. Sin or win?
I'd say it's a win because I know, like when I used to get ready for bodybuilding shows, it
We
was
used to
kind
go
of
everywhere.
It just gets, oh my god, I gotta go to the gym. Well, so maybe you just want to go somewhere else to
Yeah,
get a
true.
different change.
We used to
Or
drive-
you just want to change it up. I think it's always good to have
We
a few
used to
gyms
drive
train at.
everywhere to go like once a week. Remember we
Yeah.
go? And I was like, dude, we really got to go 25, 30 miles. And yeah. And it'd help us out.
Yeah.
Sin or win?
Yeah, I mean, I think iron sharpens iron. I do think to the coaching part, I think there's a lot of people that jump coaches all the time, but I think training at different facilities
No,
and
yeah.
learning different skills,
Absolutely.
it's only
If
gonna
you
make
get a
better.
cornerman, and he can attest to this, when you get something that works and they know you, I say there's a big advantage to staying there.
Yeah.
Yes, there is definitely that
100%.
advantage, but there is also that certain critique you just might need that you don't have.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and just being humble enough to notice that, I guess.
Sin or win?
Yeah.
Gi or no gi?
Is no gi the win?
Is no gi the win?
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
If no gi's the win, I would say that's a sin.
okay. Okay.
Because if you can fight somebody off holding onto your shirt and your lapel and your
Oh,
gi,
that's
you
true.
can fight anybody off.
That is true. Because I did done mini grappling, and the first time I had to wear gi, and this guy grabbed my belt, was pushing me.
Let me tell you, somebody knows how to choke you out with your own clothes.
He
That
took his
sucks.
belt. This guy tried to take his belt and choke me. I started slapping the shit out of him. Like, yeah, I guess you couldn't slap because they were
Right.
like, stop me. But I'm like, I couldn't get in on him because he kept holding my belt.
No,
And I didn't know how to
That
get
goes
past
back
my-
to that tradition.
Yeah,
you
you know?
better know both. I
Yeah.
like both. But
Okay.
one is definitely harder than the other.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I prefer no gi just because less finger injuries.
Of course, yeah. Me, I love no gi. It's all
Oh,
about
you're
it.
talking about-
but
yeah.
traditionally, you better learn how to fight out of that.
Well, and there's some people like I don't know if you do you know Matt Sierra,
Yeah,
New Era.
absolutely,
course.
yeah.
Watching him in gi is it's
unreal.
hilarious because you'll watch him. The gi goes over the person's head, the belt goes around their neck, their arms tied up and covered, and then he'll drag choke them after he's completely wrapped them
There's
up.
nothing worse than somebody who knows how to do that too, with your own shit.
It's
Your own
hilarious.
shit.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing. I would not want to
So
do
I mean,
that.
me, I love
It's
them both,
hilarious.
but like I say, traditionally, you got to have both.
Okay. Is grappling still reign supreme? Sin or win? Does it still reign? Getting to the ground and getting old? Or
Sin.
It's a really?
It doesn't reign supreme.
Okay.
It does not. It has its moments.
Okay.
Just like no, I don't think anything reigns supreme.
okay.
Nothing reigns supreme.
Okay.
But it has its moments.
Okay. What do you guys? You want to be
I
on your
didn't know
feet
what
or
the
go
fuck
to
a
the
gi
ground?
was. I thought it was some new Asian word you're going to teach me. So you're some of these words I don't know
gi,
what they
gi
are.
is fat, so it's GHEE. It's just a fat you can.
Yeah.
Can I get a little gi?
Can I get a
Ghee butter?
Ghee butter. That's what I was talking.
I thought you were talking about that. I was like, wait a minute, it's going somewhere else.
It's like I
know.
think it's very tasty, and it's like 15 grams of
They
fat.
told me it was gi.
No, I think you're right with that too. Because I mean, look, a really high level jujitsu guy. But if you look at the guys that are look at someone like John Jones.
That's right.
He's so unorthodox. He can do so many things
That's
at
right.
once. Like,
See, a high level grappler is great until you have the guy on top of you that's actually dropping punches
No,
on you.
no, I was at an adult establishment, and this
Titty
UFC fighter was gonna get in a fight, and there was a skater there, and I guarantee he is like 120, and so we were all kind of interested because this dude's like 6'2", pretty built, and the little skater guy threw a punch and knocked him out, and as we were like, that was like 20 seconds. I go, what the fuck just happened? It's like
UFC guy got knocked out?
Yeah.
Damn.
The little skater guy.
drunk?
And then all of us were like,
So he had to
well,
be
I'm
drunk as
definitely
shit.
not going over there because I'm not going to be the next guy doing it. But this little skater guy threw this punch and he was tall. But I was like, damn, dude. I was like, I'm not going to get
correct
this.
that.
I'm not
Gotta
getting
hit that
embarrassed.
chin in the right spot.
I know.
Damn
But
right,
we
dude.
all walked. Guess what we did? Picked our buddy up and we all left. Sorry about that. We did.
Where are you going? I'm going skate.
What's like my brother? He was a big football guy, and then my buddy Jared, who was a soccer player, but no one knew that he had also done boxing since he was like 4 years old. So my brother comes out and he's all jacked, and Jared kicked the shit out of him, and it was the greatest moment as a little brother in my entire growing up.
You found out he was human.
But
huh?
that's the thing. Some people that just have that wiry energy.
Oh, yeah.
and that's why you got to be careful who you fuck with because you don't know what
Those
their backgrounds look
bullfighters,
like.
they're
if
wiry
carrying a
son of
gun.
bitches. Okay, sin or win. This is kind of family and for you guys just travel. Buses or plane. And the reason why I ask is, are we missing out on a lot of the travel when we see America, or obviously the convenience but price? Sin or win, buses or planes? Which one would you go with?
Planes for sure.
Okay.
That's definitely the win. Reason being, there's hours that are maybe spent on the road that we can be spent getting ready for the fight.
Oh, okay.
And as well as I do, you get tight on those drives. But I guess I have driven too, and I do like a drive because
Do you?
I'm on the planes every weekend almost. So, I would definitely say plane just because
Right.
I like to be there faster.
You?
For speed, yeah, planes. But I
But
do.
you
now
drive
that
to
I'm
your
older-
ranch, dude, and that's a drive. You love that.
What?
When you drive to your ranch, you always drive down there.
That's only an hour and a half. I haven't
Still.
haven't been there all summer.
Oh, you haven't?
No, I haven't. But I drive to Texas a lot because
We
do a
all
lot
know
of stuff
Brandon
down
likes to drive because he drives 40 minutes over here.
I know. Yeah, I drive 80 miles round trip to come do this with you.
Yeah, I live in Southeast Aurora as well.
Do you?
And I'm like Smoky Hill,
You're
and
way out
E470.
there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Way
shit.
out there.
That's
Yeah.
where old Grappler's Edge used to be.
Yeah,
All
it used
that
to be
shit.
way out there. It was like
That's closed,
Parker,
right?
Parker and like
Isn't that
225.
done? Yeah,
it's
that's
been
Been
gone
moving
a long
closer
time.
to your
Yeah.
business.
Dude, I remember that place. That was great.
No, probably not. You know
What
what?
was
I'm
it?
at, what?
What'd you say, Jay?
I asked if they were planning on moving closer. to the
Probably
business.
not, just because honestly, my wife and I, we really
Oh,
take advantage of
housewife.
the drive.
That's good.
What do you
We
do?
I
Talk.
can see that.
Oh,
we
okay.
think we talk.
See,
we
the
wind
drive
down.
is in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
you
the
do
drive is home, not to the fight.
Okay, another one out there. Sin or win? Airbnb, hotel, or motel?
No motels.
No motels?
Because I've stayed at some hourly rate motels that
Really?
some of these promoters have decided to put us in.
Is that before you're married? Oh, you're talking about. I've been at those. I've been at those hourly ones too.
No, that was this was not by choice. So
Okay, so they put you in an hour.
yeah, it was Yonkers, New York.
Oh, that's probably bad.
Yeah, it was rough.
That's rough.
I slept standing in the corner.
Wait, was this the one where you guys? Was there fights going on?
Yeah, I had a boxer
I
fighting
heard-
out there, man. It was bad, man. You had to go give your ID at the front desk to get a damn towel. I had never seen no shit like that. I was like, where am I, man?
Holy shit!
Get me the hell out of here.
What about you? Would you? Are you an Airbnb or are you a hotel motel?
I'm more of a hotel guy.
Yeah,
You
hotel.
Yeah.
I thought you'd be an Airbnb guy.
I'm getting to the age where I don't like spending money. So like, I don't like any
I
of it
saw your
because
backyard,
it's so
bro.
expensive.
You got a lot of money in that backyard. The pool.
Well, that's
What
why
do-
I stay home now.
That's true. You got a resort.
Yeah.
You?
You know, I used to be a big Airbnb fan, but the fees on everything,
Yeah.
and there's always a big ass cleaning fee. There's all the taxes.
Well, and you know what? We've stayed in some, and man, they are never what they are in the picture.
No, that's true.
Ever, ever.
But hey, I will tell you guys, I just got back from the Lake of the Ozarks, and we stayed at every house around that thing is like 7,000 square feet, and they are beautiful.
Yeah.
So if you ever go down there, Airbnb it. It is
Okay.
amazing. Okay, all right, guys. This is I because Dylan's such a country guy. I'm a country guy, but I switch boots or sneakers, sin or win.
Boots or sneakers, sin or win.
Which one is the
would you
win?
Which one would be this?
I like them both.
Really?
Yeah.
What about you?
I'm a sneakers guy.
Are you?
Yeah.
Depends what you're doing. You know, if you're up in the mountains, you're wearing boots, or you're doing work, you're wearing
No,
boots.
but you see those guys that wear sneakers everywhere, like the Asics and the cross trainers. They go up everywhere. They're always in sneakers.
No,
I do like a good pair of cowboy boots.
Yeah.
Do you?
Cowboy boots.
Steel,
got my
steel
work-
toe or non?
No. Just cowboy
Never had a
boots.
pair of them. So
Really?
Yeah, never have had a pair.
I don't
You're a
know.
city-
I'm
are
gonna
you a
bring
city
down
boy,
pair of
Jay?
cowboy
I am a
boots.
city boy. You know, I get all sneezy
What
and
size do you
allergic
wear?
and shit on the fucking farm, so that turned into that guy, man.
Turn into that guy.
Okay, so this is for both because you travel and you train people. Earbuds or headphones?
Neither.
You don't. You don't wear them? You don't do it?
No,
Nope,
You?
I don't wear
Present.
them either.
Neither one?
Nope.
Okay, that's
'cause
fine.
what did you say?
you're present.
Yep, I don't
You're
like
what?
being
I'm
cut off.
present where I'm at.
No, but like when I travel on the plane, I listen to music.
Let's say if I do wear them, I always have one ear still exposed.
Out. Okay.
Always.
I'll watch a movie with like one in, like that.
Oh, you will?
Always like that.
I'm always cut
But I'm
off.
waiting for somebody over there going, "Hey, you see that fucking bald guy over there? What a prick!" What?
Exactly.
That's funny.
Well, I mean,
That's
there's
funny.
been fighters out there that have been ran over and killed because
Oh.
they're wearing their earbuds or their earphones and having
Shit.
it rocking. And, one of Gertz's very, very much so
Are you
best
talking about when they
friends.
road work and shit?
Yeah, when they're out running. Yeah. Got
I
ran
think
over.
that's true
but
though
it was
because
rough.
I heard it,
we
yeah.
had you know
I heard
that
about
that lady that died at the top of the hill riding, but she was a world champion bicyclist. 27-year-old kid, her husband and her, he missed the husband and hit her.
Damn.
And they didn't hear it coming, but that is true. I never even thought about that.
When I drive to the gym in the morning, it's usually about 4:30, and it's dark and it's just quiet, and I feel like the world's at peace, and I just love it because I can motivate myself like this day. I just
I
start
wonder if
building
this is
up
the
the
age
energy.
thing.
You're setting the
because
energy.
now,
Yeah.
I wonder if that's an age thing because you see a lot of young kids, they're always plugged in.
Yeah.
You know, I wonder if that's you guys are older and want to value the being able to hear it.
I mean,
I
it even
value
goes
silence.
further. I do. I value silence as
Yeah.
well.
Do you?
But
Don't hang out
I don't
with
know
me,
if you
Jake.
guys have gone down any dark holes, but a lot of this Bluetooth shit's causing cancer nowadays.
Well, he does. He loves that dark holes. No,
I go down
I'm like,
that too, man.
No, like he like goes deep into all this stuff.
The shit's
I
real.
do,
It's
but
very much
no, I
so
do.
real.
I do, but I'm so aloof. I'm like, okay, well, I hope the two things. I wish I would have got roofied because I feel unattractive. I feel unattractive because I've never got roofied. So I'm like, no one wants me.
Oh, give
and
it
I
time,
wish,
bro.
I wish I could have been alien
all gonna hit him at
abducted.
once. That's right.
I want to be alien abducted. I'd be like all the
That would
bad
be cool,
shit.
actually.
I'd be cool.
You
I'd be
know,
like, even if
yeah.
they inserted shit in me, I'm like, do it, do all of it.
It's like,
I got a
I
cool
mean,
Get me
story,
up there.
man.
I wouldn't
I-
be surprised if people have.
I mean, I definitely
Yeah,
believe in
true.
it. Yeah, oh yeah,
I
I
believe
definitely
there's
believe in
aliens
it.
out
I mean, come on, we abduct them.
Wait, are
You
we
know
talking
what I'm
about abducting chicks from Mexico? Or are we talking about aliens, like above?
No, above aliens.
Oh, okay. Because I got a little confused with that.
Okay.
Okay. Last one. Center win, text or call. Are you a texter or are you a caller? Center win.
I'm a texter, sadly.
Are you really?
I am.
Okay. One more thing though. Do you use emojis? Because I do not use emojis.
Every now and then, a fist pound or a
Really?
a
Okay.
hand. But I'm not all
I
about
always say
this,
because I always say
kissy
if you're
faces
over
and-
40 years old and you're a man, it's hard to use emojis.
That's like a throwback
Mine's
to our
a
first episode
bicep,
there.
Pray or a fist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all I do.
I mean, I'll flip you off on it. But then, okay, so are you a texter or a caller?
Both. If it's a long thing, I'm calling. If it's quick, I'm texting.
Yeah, if it's very like let's say
True.
personable, I need to call.
True.
Because I'm not a like.
Well, I'm
Get your
not
ass
good
to
at
practice,
it.
I'm texting.
So I hit that speaker thing. I have to listen to all you guys.
Yeah.
So when you guys are texting, I have to listen because I can't see it. So I'm like, I just listen. What about you?
I'm a caller.
Are you?
Yeah, I think communication's gotten so lazy, and not that texting has a.
It has.
It could be like, all right, confirming this detail or a quick question, but if it's anything in depth, you miss tone.
Text can come
you
wrong.
I'll
miss
agree with
purpose.
you there.
Oh yeah, you can't do the infinite.
Don't you dare put a period at the end of your sentence.
Affliction. Yeah, you can't do
Jeez,
the.
man.
Well, Jake, I want to thank you for coming
man,
in.
thank
It
you
was
for
really
having me,
informative.
man.
It was awesome. I'll come down. I'll send people and guys out there. It's Genesee Fight Academy.
Genesis. Yes, Genesis Fight Academy.
Fight
Yep.
Academy.
Yeah, and it's pretty impressive inside. You got a real UFC ring
Genesis.
inside there.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
It's really
front
cool.
and center.
That's
So,
cool.
Do you have some? I know there's some guys fighting coming up. I know we have the next Colorado Combat Club in
Yep.
a month. And do you have
Definitely.
any other big fights
So
coming
I
up for
have
you guys?
one of my favorite guys. He's one of my young up and comers. His name's Juan Rosales. He's fighting on the Anthony Pettis.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
fighting championship out in New Mexico on the.
Pettis a
50.
legend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bad.
is.
Him and his brother, right?
Yes,
they have
absolutely.
their old thing too.
We might have to do some future promotion with like a
Yeah, we could do
bodybuilding
boost.
slash
I mean,
fight.
Oh, I would love that.
kind of cool.
And then Dylan, he has his show coming up in 10 days.
Yeah, August 8th at the Westin in Westminster. It's got a
Awesome.
beautiful hotel. It's going to be a great show. Sure to get up there. It's the whole NPC community will be out there, and it's going to be a good time.
All right. And thanks for joining us. Grab a pickle, give a tickle. This is Watty Watt. We're out.
See you guys.